Hello, CQ, calling CQ, the old friends net, 160 meter AM net, meets here every night at 8 p.m. with or without the CW. CQ, the old friends AM net, we use amplitude modulation only. Everybody that uses AM is welcome to join us. This is N4LQ, name is Steve, located in Shelby, North Carolina. Now taking check-ins, give me a call.
W4GUZ for a brief time.
Yeah, W4GUZ, N4LQ. All right, well, as everybody else is during this contest, your 5NN TU 73. Oh man, it's wild. Anybody else wants to check in? Give me a call now, please. I heard Mirror, but who's the other station?
W4JPL.
All right, got John there, W4JPL, and then WF2U. Who else we got tonight? I think it'll get better once we start operating here for a few minutes. It may clean out. I'm running about 350 watts carrier and 107% modulation. That looks pretty good on the old AF67. So one more time before we start the round table. N4LQ, check in please. John, go ahead and give me a transmission, then mirror, and then back to, or excuse me, I got it wrong, to Brandon, W4GUZ first, and then to John, and then to mirror. Go ahead, Brandon, N4LQ.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, I said for a short time, not short time. That always aggravated me. No, I just wanted to get on here for a little bit tonight. I got the Globe King 500 down here on 160 with very little effort. About right at 200 watts of carrier and modulating up there. Anyway, nothing else new to report. Well, John, I did go and see Terry. He was alert and we had a good talk. Hadn't had anything to eat, waiting on the doc to call about the surgery that's supposed to happen today. And if it doesn't happen today, it'll be the first of the week. Continue to pray. He asked about everybody. I told him some funny stories. W4JPL, W4GUZ.
All right, W4GUZ in the group, W4JPL. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm under the impression there's some kind of contest going on this weekend. So, just whatever. Have fun, boys. What's your contest? Not a lot going on here. Did some more things around the house today. Didn't do anything radio-wise. I can't do anything until I get those capacitors in. I think they're going to be in on Monday for that 303. So just more work around the house. It was beautiful. I was outside too. It was beautiful outside. It was like 72 degrees, and the sun was out half the time. So it was wonderful, wonderful. It is. I think it's 50-something right now. I'm waiting for it. 59 degrees still. So it's quite nice. I don't know if Amir can hear me or not, but I'll turn him over. Over to you, Amir, W4JPL.
Yeah, Roger, John. W4JPL. And the net, this is WF2U. Good evening, everybody. And let's see, John, you're pretty strong here, and Steve's even stronger. But Brian was a little bit on the weak side. I got maybe about 70 to 80%. The static level is a little bit high tonight, and just not very friendly to weaker signals. Running the same stuff, the GRC-19, about 100 watts carrier, into the end-fed halfway for 160. And of course the system receiver is the R392, which is part of the GRC-19. So anyway, it's nice and was nice and warm today. The temperature was up to 65 degrees. Now it's 60. Feels a little humid, but I have to check the weather again. It might be raining a little bit in the morning or after midnight. So, back to you, Steve. N4LQ, WF2U.
Roger, WF2U, N4LQ. Well, you're punching through pretty good, Mayor. Audio is loud, and you're making it through the racket, and strong signal. Everybody's coming through just fine. Wonder who else we got here tonight that would like to check in. I'll take a quick listen. This is N4LQ. Go ahead. All right, well, using a modern SDR, I've got the auto notch on, and it's just notching out all the CW as soon as it finds it. So you can notch out more than one signal at the same time once it shows up in the passband. It's kind of nice. But otherwise, I can turn that off, and I can copy 2 or 3 guys all transmitting at once. And don't worry, all they're doing is saying CQ test or test, and then they say 5NN and then 7.3, and that's it. So, in case you're wondering, and don't copy CW, that's all there is to it. Just a bunch of people saying 5NN and 7.3. Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of something. I don't know. Never did quite figure out contest. It's all a matter of how fast you can run your computer, though. And when you're calling CQ, usually it's F1 key or whatever you got programmed. You just hit that key, and then the only thing you really type in during the whole exchange is the other guy's call sign, and the rest of it is all macroed in. Globe 500 sounding good, Brandon. Maybe not as strong as you have been in the past, but it's strong enough for me. And let's see. I think I told a couple of you about my stint at the Golden Corral today. Wife and I went there and picked out. I had hamburger and fried chicken and fish, fried fish and unfried fish and all kinds of fish. Chocolate pudding and chocolate cake. I tell you what, if I ate there every day, I might gain weight, but that doesn't. Fortunately, we don't do that. But there's enough there, I think, that if I discipline myself, I could probably eat there every day. And it's by far the cheapest place to eat. It's $21 for the 2 of us. You just order water, and they bring you free coffee. That's all you need. $21 for 2 people. What more could you ask for? All you can eat. I was wondering, John, if you got your little boards in for your capacitors. I know you said you're waiting on the capacitors, but did you get those boards in? Maybe for GUZ N4LQ. WB4NKL. Oh, Cliff, you'll come after Mir.
Hey, Cliff. And 4LQ in the group. Hello. Hi, Cliff and Mir. It seems like that order from M Squared seems like it took about a week and a half or 2 weeks when I ordered those bars, but they were worth the wait. Yeah, trip over to Johnson City today. I seen 70 in the car. Beautiful day to be out on excuse me, out on the road and across the mountaintops. I tell you, Cliff, up 107, I don't know what happened. If it was just the time for all the trees to fall at once, or if they had some kind of microburst through there or what, but all the way up to Scott, it's tore all to pieces. Not much else up to the top of the mountain, but anywho, rode with all the windows down and come back home. Spent the rest of the afternoon finishing up. I painted the remaining parts to finish up the brake job on this Porsche I'm working on down here. Good news, all my beehives are still alive. 7 degrees woke them up. Everybody seems happy, so. W4JPL, W4GUZ.
Okay, W4GUZ and the group, W4JPL. All right, thanks, Brandon. First of all, thank you on the report about Terry. I guess such as it is, and yeah, the bees woke up a little bit. That just like them yellow jackets got me the other day. I didn't enjoy that at all. And hello to Cliff and Mir. I'm hearing you pretty good tonight. Of course, I'm running the rice box, the 7610, and tonight I'm kind of glad I am because it's got that auto notch and a noise reduction and narrowed the passband down a little bit, and most of it's gone. I don't have to listen to that nonsense. So that's what's happening here. Over to you, Mir. W4JPL, Liberty.
K4QE. Go, Tony, you'll come after Cliff, or WB4NKL. Go ahead, Mir.
Roger. Very good, Josh. W4JPL. And then this is WFTU. Yeah, hi, Tony. I heard you. You're not very clear, but decent copy done. I have a great copy on you, no problems at all with all that lag. I hear some here and there around the edges, so to speak. I put the R392 at the 4 kilocycle bandwidth, and it's pretty sharp. I really don't have any interfering signal. Anything that I hear around it, like some CW filtering in, is really not very intrusive. It's just like I'm aware of it. And yeah. Anyway, I couldn't do much today. I took a little bit of a rest from all kinds of stuff today. Plus it was still muddy. I couldn't do much outside. So I was hanging out with my laundry, which I don't leave the XYL to do because my shirts would be wrinkled. I don't like wrinkled shirts, so I do my own laundry by myself. I hang it and make sure that everything is like not creased too much, at least. And what else did I do? I read a lot. Listening to the radio today. I was in the lazy mood. Then had to separate one of my female dogs from the rest. The boys that she spayed already. Great past breeding time. And all of a sudden the males were interested in her. They were pestering her. So I figured she might have a urinary infection or something. And he took a sample. It's not that it's very interesting to most of you anyway, but that was the boys that she spayed already. Some antibiotics, and I also had to spend time taking her out to some other females and separating them, so getting the dogs out than normal, because the growth can go out, and the ones that get along with each other, and then they always can go on after I get the children. But anyway, so make the day interesting, and I'll have to do it a few more days until that infection goes. So, and with that, it goes to Cliff. WB4NKL. This is WF2U.
WF2U, WB4NKL. Copied everybody there pretty good. CW sounds like a swarm of bees here, so that's what it reminds me of. But I was listening on 3885 there a while ago on the Gonset, and the sideband station come on. I flipped the BFO on us, and he was parks on the air, but he was talking about winter field days. Also, he was on there. I'm not sure if he's exactly on 3885 close, because all I had to do was flip the BFO on the copy. And winter field day. I don't know if I've ever heard of that one, or I guess maybe that's what all the CW is about. But good deal. It was nice here. I got my 3 mile walk in. Didn't do the 4.5. I did the 3 mile, and enjoyed it. It's good to get out and not have to wear coats and all that stuff. Brandon, the Globe King, I guess you're running. Sounds good to me. I wonder how much power and everything you're getting out of it. I couldn't get quite what I get out on 75 on this one, but it seems to do fairly good. So go ahead, Tony. K4QE, WB4NKL.
Okay, Cliff, thank you. And good evening to everyone. Steve, John, Mir, Brandon, and Cliff. And yeah, the contest that's going on here is the CQ Worldwide 160 CW contest. The phone contest is in 2 weeks, I believe, a week or 2 weeks from now. So they'll be all over the band, even worse than this. So this is nothing compared to the sideband contest. And yeah, Winter Field Day has been around for several years now. I have never participated in it, but I know several people who do. I have no experience with it, so I don't know how fun it is or not. I usually do participate in the ARL Field Day every year with a group of friends, and we're out there more to have fun than we are to do any, try to get as many points as we can. It's not the object of it. We're just there to have a good time. So, and I think I mentioned to you guys before that we used to be a contester not all that long ago. Did that for over 20 years, but I'm tired of it. Game over for me. So, I mean, if there's something on that I need, like, if it's a DX contest and there's a country on that I need on a particular band, I'll jump in and work them, but that's it. I won't. Don't do the contesting thing anymore. And when I did do it, I usually did it out of the country, and I had a whole lot more fun on the DX end than I did on the stateside end. A whole lot more fun when they're the ones chasing you, when you're being chased. So, anyway, good to hear everyone tonight, and hearing Mir very well tonight as well. So, I will swing it on over back to Steve, N4LQ in the group from K4QE.
All right, K4QE in the group. This is N4LQ and the old friends 160 meter AM net with all the entertainment around us. It's really nice. It doesn't bother me that much. I never was a big contester. First contest I ever got into was Novice Roundup, 1964, and I came in second in the state of Kentucky. And the guy that won the state was from the East Coast. I think it was like New Hampshire or something. And years later, I found out that he had come from New Hampshire, or at least he claims to have come from New Hampshire and operated from Kentucky, and somehow won the contest, but he was a one call. Well, I thought, now, something isn't right about this, and I suspect that he was actually in New Hampshire or somewhere in one land and just used Kentucky as a QTH so he could win the contest. And that kind of soured me on the whole thing, but can you believe that somebody would do something like that? But it was easy to do, I guess, apparently. Anyway, I have done several field days over the years with the clubs and what have you, and a few 160 contests where I stayed up, I think maybe once at night. That's about it. But some people, that is the only time they get on the air, is when there's a contest or some event. And, well, you don't have to worry about thinking up things to say or talking about anything or having a conversation. You just hit macro keys and score a bunch of points, and really nobody cares what your score is except yourself. So you just kind of compete with yourself, I guess. So congratulations, Tony, on being a former contester, having reformed. Winter Field Day, it's been around a few years, and I don't think most of the people get out in a field and do it. I think most of them are doing it from their house, although you can do that. And Mir, okay, you don't like wrinkled shirts. Well, I don't know where that came from, but it's an interesting trait. I kind of like wrinkled shirts. They kind of distracts from the other wrinkles. Doesn't bother me any. And I've seen people iron their underwear. Man, oh man, what's that all about? Anyway, been out sawing the tree. I got 200 feet of electric cord stretched out through the woods, and I sawed until I wore out the chain. It got dull on me. I got into the mud, into the dirt, trying to saw that root ball up. But I got most of the big stuff done, and the root ball chopped up a little bit until the chain just started smoking. There wasn't anything left of it. So I ordered a new one from Amazon, and it will be here tomorrow, or it's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's just amazing. The price on chainsaw chains is the same as it was 5 years ago. It's about $18. So really, I have no desire to try to sharpen the chain. It's a lot easier for me just to change it, and $18 is not a big price to pay, because I can get just a homeowner, I can get plenty of use out of one chain. So let's see, John, JPL, did you get your
capacitor holder boards, did those come in yet? Over to you, Brandon, W4GUZ, N4LQ.
N4LQ, the group, W4GUZ. Well, a $3 file's cheaper than an $18 chainsaw blade. I do quite a bit of sawing. If it smoked for too long, it's probably shot anyway. Hello, Tony. I think I already said that, but good evening to you. I meant to mention earlier, Steve, you made me even more hungry talking about Golden Corral earlier. And getting a deal on the, I think you said 1964, you done a little contest and done field day for, I guess, 5 or 6 years in a row, and it was definitely field day, usually on Beach Mountain or Unaka Mountain, the beauty spots, or Mount Mitchell, I don't know. And it was always an overnight weekend trip. Good times as a young kid. But no contesting for me. The AM rally's coming up sometime in February. It's not, maybe the first week. I hit it hard and heavy year before last and won my class and printed off a little certificate, and I could care less. I'll probably get on and talk some. But it's a fun weekend, but I'm not going to sit up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and then get back up at 7 and start over. But it was fun. John, tell us about those capacitors. And Mir, it sounds like you've been lazy. Good luck with the pup. I've sort of kind of been there and done that and had to go through it. It's not always fun. Maybe they'll figure it out. W4JPL, W4GUZ. Alrighty, W4GUZ in the group, W4JPL, fine business. I ordered the capacitors because I needed radial capacitors. I only have axial capacitors here, so it'll be in Monday. 40 microfarad at 400 volts, I think it is, 450 volts. I only need 250 volts, but they're not very handy to get your hands on, so I just bought the 450s. And yes, I have the capacitor bases, I guess you want to call them. I bought 2. One to use and one to just keep here for the next project one day. And I already got the holes drilled out in the chassis of the NC303, pulled the old cap out, the can cap, and I got it from Scotty's Sled Shed Components. When I first saw these, they were a couple bucks, and now they're like $15 a piece shipped. And if you go to some music-oriented websites, they're as much as $50 and $60 a piece. As W.C. Fields once said, there's one born every day, that's for sure. Turn my power down just a notch. Another notch. Let's see, and as far as a winter field day, why a winter field day? Why a summer field day? Why can't they have a spring and a fall field day when it's not too hot out? Or is that acting like too much sense? Here's WFTDL, W4JPL.
Yeah, W4JPL and the group WFTU. Yeah, okay, John. Copy. The great difficulty now. Those PW signals are really intruding even at the 4 kilohertz setting. Now I can put it at 2 kilohertz and it's still going to interfere and the audio quality of the AM is going to go to Never Never Land, a 2KC bandwidth. So I keep it at 4 anyway. But it's getting very difficult. I think as the evening progresses, more and more signals are going to be around here. I was never a big fan of contests. I actually hated them from the first time I learned about them, and then I was listening to them. I always liked to read you, even on CW. I worked for a longest time, most of the time on CW, and just like lately, that I don't have much time to operate. I'm spending more time with a microphone than with a key. So I really don't like the concept of either voice or CW, and I completely hate the digital mode. But that's another story. Anyway, Steve, I wanted to comment. Just like before I came out here, I had the chance to go over the email, and I saw Gary's problem there, and I went over the schematic. And before I managed to answer him, that I found it most likely which parts are the culprit. I saw your answer, so you saved me writing an email to him. So exactly, that's my opinion as well. And Cliff, you were pretty strong. Tony, your signal was a little bit weaker, and I hope that I'll be able to pull you out from the CW. So, you go ahead. I hope you're strong enough to overcome all that garbage. WB4 friends, WRC.
WF2U, WB4NKL. CW about got you there on the end, Mir. Getting pretty strong. I used to participate in field days when I first got my license. The Greenville Club would go up on the mountaintop down here at Camp Creek Ball. It's about 4,800 feet. And even at field day time, I thought I was going to freeze to death up there one year. It must have got down in the 30s, and I was like had a short sleeve shirt on when I went up there. But it was a lot of fun. I don't know, the more of the just being out and putting up antennas and operating equipment with generators. It was just I didn't care that much about what we scored, but it was a lot of fun back when I was a teenager. And I don't think they even go on the mountaintops anymore. I think they stick down here to one of the parks in Greenville instead of going up on the mountain. Yeah, I seen Gary's question on the ICO. It sounds to me like he's got something DC current. I agreed with your prognosis there, Steve, so I didn't answer him. I have got a 720. I thought I'd let Gary know that and mine's working right, so if he needs me to make any tests to help him out, I'll be glad to do that. Fire mine up on the bench here. But I've never noticed any of those chokes overheating, so there must be some kind of something's pulling way too much current through them, either DC or it's out of resonance so far that tubes are pulling a lot of current. That's kind of strange. He is getting some grid current. I wonder if he gets a peak. He didn't say whether he got a peak on the grid drive or not. I guess the coil can have some short turns and not be in resonance and pulling too much current. Send it on around. Go ahead, Tony. K4 QE, WB4NKL.
All right, real good. WB4 QE. And yeah, fine all the way around. A 100% copy around, despite the cacophony around us. I used the old passband tuning to just flip in a one sideband and cut out half the CW noise. So all good. I unfortunately have to work tomorrow. I had an issue come up today, and boss asked me if I could do his appointment today, and stay in a test environment and then be in a production environment tomorrow. So unexpected, but that's okay. Another feather in my cap when it comes to raise time. So I'll deal with that. It's a relatively easy job, so no big deal. And that only takes me about an hour maybe to get it all done. So all good. So yeah, it's been amazingly warm. I took a walk outside today to go get the mail, and I had a new part come from my Yaesu FTDX 1200. I got the FSC one. I figured I better get one of these damn things before they stop me. Since they've already discontinued the radio, and I want to have all the options in it before they're all gone. So I'll probably install that this weekend. So like 19 screws to unscrew out the bottom of the radio to put the thing in. Not quite as big as a Johnson, but it's up there. So there you go. Over to you, Steve. N4 QE.
Okay. Anybody else want to check in? This is M4LQ.
I've been summoned. 73. Cliff, I don't think I answered you. I got detuned a little bit, about 250 mil. I'm getting right at 200 now, 190 watts. The screen current was up about around 60 mils, so I'll have to do some fine tuning, but it's working. Over you, Steve. 73, guys.
Okay, 73, Brandon. We'll see you later on tonight or tomorrow or something. N4LQ, anybody else want to check in? Funny how the band goes quiet all of a sudden like that. Depends on the strength of the transmitter, I believe. Anyway, this is N4LQ, the old friends net. I think let's just make this a 73 round. I think I'm going to shut her down and maybe go up to 80 meters and to 38, 85 and listen around. Might be able to stir something up there. I don't think there'll be any CW up there anyway. Better. I mean, you can do CW legally in any part of any band. There's no limits whatsoever on CW. Just in case anybody would like to know that. That's one of the things that got grandfathered over from way back in the dark past. And fine on Gary's ICO, Amir and Cliff. Yeah, I couldn't see anything else. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of current going through it, and his grid current was low instead of high, so I thought, well, it's being diverted somehow through the choke in the ground or something there, but leaky plate voltage leaking in, and I think he said it was worse on some bands, and I noticed that a couple of the bands bypassed that driver and went straight from the buffer, and so it's two different capacitors. I just change those things out, and the one that connects the bottom of the coils to ground could be a problem too. So that's how it gets its RF ground. So anyway, look pretty basic. I've just never seen it happen, but anything's possible. I don't know why it wouldn't happen more often, really. Let's see. So yes, it was warm here when I was sawing the trees out there at 70 degrees. And Tony, you said something about an FT100. I think you said an FT100, but I'm not sure. And I like that little rig. I think that was the best. I think they kind of went downhill from there, but that one seemed to work better on CW for some reason. Anyhow, I'm glad you got your expensive little boards there. I can't believe somebody would pay $60 for one of those boards. Really, I think it's just as elegant to put them on a terminal strip. You can always find a place to put a terminal strip in and just solder the capacitors onto that. It may not look as original, but I guess if you're trying to preserve that original look, that's all you can do. So with that, one more time around 73s thereafter, and take it from there. Go ahead, skipping Brandon. W4JPL, N4LQ.
Okay, N4LQ in the group, W4JPL. Fine business. Well, you know, I've done the terminal strip thing for many years. I just saw this thing that goes in place of the hand cap, and I thought, this is novel. I thought I'd try it once. As it happens in this particular case, I could mount this stuff underneath in the 300. It'd be a little tight, so I wanted to try this. It seems like it's easier. And easier can be good too, rather than trying to stuff some components underneath where there may not be a lot of room. Sometimes you get gobs of room, and sometimes you don't have any at all. So, having said that, I don't know if Mir checked out or not, but I'm going to say 73, God bless, and I hope you guys have a great night. And I'll talk to you tomorrow sometime, or in the day or at night. Mir, pick it up. If not, I guess it goes to Tony or Cliff. I don't know who it is. Steve, tell me what to do with myself. 73.
First to me, I think.
Yep, go ahead, Mir.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, John, 73. Have a good night. And you're still coming through. I had no problems copying you in spite of all the CW around. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's a good time, because even if I can copy somebody, it's a headache to. It's very distracting. Because it's like I see the text of the CW that is going on. I see it like running like a typewriter in my brain, copying it while I'm trying to listen to somebody speaking, and it's very distracting. Plus, the CW is really not interesting because nobody's caring about anything, or not transmitting any kind of information except for those stupid numbers. Anyway, take care. Thank you for trying to run the net. I wish you did that successfully as much as you could. So take care, and 73. Pass it on to Cliff. I'll re-listen to the end. WB4NKL. This is WF2U 730.
WF2U, WB4NKL. Okay, Mayor. You know, it was a valiant try there tonight. CW's getting on my nerves. John, if you're still there, if you ever need to order any more of those, that M Squared company's got them 2 for $10. $2 for $10. So at that, it's not a it's a no-brainer for me to put them on the little board and put them where they're supposed to be. In some radios, it's hard to find room under the chassis. Well, not necessarily radios. Some of the hi-fi amps I worked on, Scott's, there's not room for the capacitors under the chassis, so you don't have much alternative. But $5 a piece, that's not a big deal. So 73, thanks for giving it a try, Steve, and we'll try it again tomorrow night. Might be worse tomorrow night. Go ahead, Tony. K4QH, WB4NK.
Cliff, did you say M squared is an M squared antenna?
It's a place out of Canada, John. M squared. I can get you the link. I think it's M spelled out SQUARED.com. I think is their web address. But it's a place in Canada, and they're an audio talk place. But they've got them. They come in pairs. And you get 2 on a board. You break them out when you get them, and they're 2 for $10.
All right, I'll try to find it. If not, I'll ask you to send me a link. I think I found it. M squared consoling? No, it can't be right. Send me a link if you would when you get a chance.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. I'm Cliff. You're right. It'll probably be worse tomorrow night. But we'll see. I'll be here, no doubt. So, good to hear everyone tonight, and have a great day tomorrow, and looking forward to tomorrow night's net. Good night, everyone, and over to you, Steve, N4LQ from K4QE.
Okay, gentlemen. I'll tell you what, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, So, thanks for being strong and hanging in there tonight. Tomorrow night is the night, Saturday night. That's when our AM buddy, the broadcaster out in Missouri, comes on 1860. But, he may help us out. He may run off some of the CW over in that area. I don't know. But get all the boilers boiling and crank up the fire as much as you can, and we'll try to make it through the mess tomorrow night. And in spite of the uncivil activities here, 73. We'll see you later. I'm going up on 3885. This is N4LQ, closing the Old Friends Net.